Planning for retirement can be difficult, and it can be tough to know when you're ready. I'll go over 3 quick calculations so that you'll know how much you'll need to retire. This will form the foundation as you start to consider your retirement. And at the end, I'll drop some additional advice on more areas to consider. Step 1. Determine your monthly and annual expenses. The first priority is to consider everything that you spend money on in a given month. You'll need to be counting fixed costs like mortgage, car insurance, health insurance, water bills, utilities, and other monthly occurrences. Then also consider how much you spend on groceries, dining out, fun activities, travel, and other entertainment expenses. If you don't know now, there are apps that you can use like Monarch Money, Rocket Money, or budgeting apps like You Need a Budget, NerdWallet, and others. These will tie into your bank account and investment accounts to track your expenses over time. If you're not already doing so, check these out. Most people have an idea of how much they spend in a given month, but at times it can be so surprising how much we actually spend. That's why it's important to track your budget over several months to know if there are outliers and if you're being honest with your own budget. After breaking down your expenses, you can simplify these into needs and wants. Needs are things that you have to spend money on every month: insurance, taxes, utilities, etc. These are different strategies that you can use to minimize, but these costs will be known to you every month. Then there are wants. Retirement is supposed to be fun, enjoying your hobbies and maximizing your time spent with loved ones. Your wants can be trimmed down if needed, but it's important to know how much you're spending in a given month. Step 2 is to subtract your monthly and Social Security income from your monthly expenses. So if you find that you're spending $10,000 a month on expenses and you'll be receiving $2,000 a month in Social Security income, this identifies your funding gap. This is how much you should plan on withdrawing each month in order to fund your life in retirement. You will have a funding gap of $8,000 a month, and times 12 is $96,000 for the year in this example. Step 3, and the last step, is to multiply this funding gap by 4%. In the example mentioned of $10,000 a month in monthly expenses, minus 2 in Social Security, and $8,000 is the funding gap. You want to divide this annual amount by $96,000. You want to divide this annual amount of $96,000 by 4% to get your total amount needed for retirement, which in this scenario is $2.4 million. This simple equation lets you know how much you'll need. This simple equation lets you know how much you'll need in retirement at a 4% withdrawal rate. It is your monthly expenses, then subtract the amount you expect to receive monthly from Social Security, times it by 12 to get the annual amount, and divide that by 4%. There are studies to show that if you can maintain a 4% withdrawal rate and are fully funded, then you have a high probability of reaching your retirement goals. Here's what else you should consider as you start to plan for your retirement. There are resources to estimate how much of Social Security you'll receive and at what age. It's important for your Social Security benefits or retirement. It's important to understand your Social Security retirements and benefit and how much you'll be receiving. This is a foundational for any financial plan that you're building for your retirement. Your asset allocation is important to consider in your retirement, and as you move along the retirement path, you should know how much you have invested between equities and bonds, and to change those balances as you move across your retirement age. You should also consider your investment income, how much you're receiving from dividends and interest from the bonds that you hold or the equities that you hold, or have a strategy to sell a portion of your investment account in order to fill your funding gap. This will help you plan across tax strategies and how to pull money from taxable accounts like a brokerage account and tax efficient accounts like a Roth IRA. Understanding the tax implications and having a strategy as you pull money from each account is important as you build out your retirement plan. Thanks for following along here at Embedded Wealth. I'll dive into some more of these topics in future videos, so be sure to stick around and check those out. Thanks.